Final race on the programme from Happy Valley on a Wednesday night. We started strong, we finished strong as well. It's Class 3 over the 1,200 metres, headed by Joyful Union, who's a smart course and distance winner back in March. Telecom Puma, we practically pulled up on his final start last season. Breeder Star, 5-time course and distance winner. Blitzing will roll forward off an inside gate. Sky Supreme, course and distance first time. Gallant Return, course and distance winner last season. Jumbo Prize, won course and distance last season as well. Roll forward. Let's Our comes up in class. Couple of wins to his name at the back end of last season. And Power Max, a 4-time course and distance winner in total. We've made our way to the touchscreen to have a look at a couple of clues in the speed map as far as this one's concerned, Brett. And the speed, I'd imagine, will possibly My Ally will roll forward, but down in trip, Telecom Puma from a low gate.
It's an interesting one, isn't it, with My Ally, particularly because we know last season he was a winner over the 1650. And recently he's been in a trial and he's zoomed along from start to finish. So will he be attacking Telecom Puma for the lead? I think he'll definitely be up there. Whether he actually pushes on and tries to cross, we'll have to wait and see. Blitzing's a very reliable beginner. He can hunt through. He may even want to test for the rail and potentially want to hold the spot. Lerter was the question mark. A lot of times last season he was going forward, but he is a horse that can sit back too, should they wish, or maybe even try and slot in somewhere here as a possible option as well. Joyful Union, I think the top weight will sit and look for cover. Power Max is a front-running type too in days gone by. Gallant Return, probably to sit back. He's close to a drop-in class. But whichever way you sort of have it unfolding, the tempo should be solid. All right, there's only one horse there to start this season. That's 112. What's track work been showing you, Paul?
I haven't shown 112, funny enough. But Hes My Ally, Brett was just talking about him earlier on. You can see he goes nicely. Zach Purton aboard for this particular gallop from him. Now, obviously, with John Moore, this horse, and horse goes along nicely, and he's not being pushed at all. So he's quite forward, I think, for this run this season. Blitzing's keen. Look, you can see the hold he's under. Really wants to go on with it, does Blitzing, but he had a really good season last season here at Happy Valley. Karis Teaton will ride him from barrier number 1. And the last one we'll look at for you is Lerter. Here he goes nicely, a couple of even sectionals for him. As you mentioned, he's up in grade, but he comes in with a lightweight, and he sort of made Happy Valley his own last season, didn't he? He really enjoyed it there.
Yeah, well, Zach Burton's been aboard him his last 4, obviously can't make the weight, but Joe Moreira can.
He certainly can. All right, let's start off with Blitzing, though. 3-time course and distance winner. His jockey, Karis Teaton.
Karis Blitzing, you won on him 3 times last season. He went from 48 to 75 in the ratings. Has he still got more to offer, this horse?
Yeah, of course, he's done all his work last season and he's done very well. It would be nice for him to sort of get back in the winner's enclosure. He's got a nice form behind him, and he's sort of holding his condition good. So, you know, it's not like it's going to be a surprise if he wins again.
Were you happy with his trial leading into this race?
Yeah, he actually don't like the track, the all weather too much. So he just roll around and it's just to get him ready for a race. When he gets to the Happy Valley track, then he bring his A game. So we're looking forward for him to be on the track again.
We saw in that trial you settled off the pace. We've also seen him effective up on the speed. Looking at Wednesday night's race, where would you like to ride him?
Yeah, like I just mentioned now, you know, he don't normally show it a lot in the trial, so I had to leave him where he was comfortable and let him sort of feel good about himself coming off the trial. He's got a good draw. You know, he does have a lot of speed, but there is a few horses with some speed in the race. So, of course, I would like to let him get a position, and of course, if there's a few fast ones, maybe just we have to decide to take a seat. But I normally ride him wherever he's comfortable. We got the draw, so that's a big advantage, and you know, I'm sure he's going to run well.
Tony Cruz's horses are running well. They're actually flying as well at the moment. So that's Blitzing. Let's have a look at a couple of others. Joyful Union. When he won last season, I thought he looked quite smart. Went off with a big price as his next starts. Finished 4th. This is him back at the trials.
Yeah, and he was a really nice 4th too. He was really well back. He hit the line very fast. He was called Boss when he was back in New Zealand. It was a nice trial from this horse. I think he's got plenty of ability, and I think he can get the race run to suit this particular race, so I'll give him a good chance.
Yep, I think he's one of the top 2 or 3 selections in the race for the very same reasons that Paul has just mentioned. So he's hard to leave out of the exotics, definitely.
Yeah, at this stage, he's a double-figure price again, which surprised me somewhat, but the market is what the market is. We'll keep moving. We're back at the trials here once more, and this is My Ally this time that we'll focus on.
Yeah, well, it's interesting. He's double figures too, but there's obviously a lot of money for Lerter. Now, Joe Moreira rode My Ally in this trial. He's riding Le Terroir, and Zach Purton's going to take the reins on My Ally under race conditions. First start for John Moore. We know him better as a horse over the longer trip, so I'm not really sure what to make of him. I guess you can only go on what you see. He won a race last year. He's got a lot of these horses chasing off the bit, so he's hard to leave out, but from the 10, I'd take him on a win line.
Yeah, 5 starts this trip without placing, but Le Terroir, Paul, is our favourite.
Yeah, I've got him in Le Terroir, but I thought Joyful Union might get the race run to suit, so I've got him on top. Le Terroir in there for second. Blitzing should get a nice run for third. And My Ally, a lot of John Moore's horses have come on for the run, but Buddies did win in the weekend, and I'd like that trial from him. 1:11.54.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Joyful Union as well. Maybe the freshness first up might be a concern for a few people. He has obviously gone ordinary in the past first up, but I think off-season under his belt, he can fire here first up. I think he's better than 79 Raider. My Ally, Blitzing and Telecom Puma. I'm bankering around the 1 with the exotics.
All right, Joyful Union for me as well. It's a full house for him. Benna Young and Keith Young combining there in the last. As far as the stats are concerned, as we head into Wednesday night, we're looking at Jimmy Ting and Chad Schofield, Paul.
Yeah, when they use their trump card together, they go really well. You can see 4 wins, second and a third from the 11 runners. This from since when Jimmy Ting started in 2018. A win rate of 36.4%, so he plays his cards well. And I think Super Elegance, who comes up as favourite in race 6, looks very tough to beat once again.
All right, OK, he's the one to watch. Who's the best bet, though?
The best bet for me, I'm going to go really early race 2, Guide a Dragon. He's so well rated, this horse, so he's definitely going to get his opportunity. If he doesn't win this race, then we'll see what happens. Anyway,
You've been in.
Race 1, number 2, Moment of Power. 14 at the moment. I think he's a really good chance. He's got the speed, and with that Prentice claim, I think he can get across.
Go on the old reverse.
Yeah, I'll go home after race 2. And then the race 1, 1, 2, 3.
You normally do anyway. I'm going to go with Arcada, race 6, number 2. The claim for Alfie Chan, I think, will be kicking in late here. You can get a trail early, boot away at the top of the stretch. Hero Time for Neil Callan, race 4, number 2. Sits back, comes with a run late at an each-way price. And California Rajon, Encore Boy Reliable Team, race 7, QQP.
All right, best for me is in the last. We all tipped it, but he's 12 and 2.3 at the moment. Joyful Union, that'll do for me. Benna Young and Keith Young. And Karis are ride by long shot Cheeky B in race number 4. So we've seen Karis and Alfie Chan appear a few times as far as the best and the longs are concerned. Taking you further, Smart of Youth, First Starter and Cheeky B by QQP in race number 4. So that's Wednesday night. Then we're back at Shartin on Saturday. Quick backup, but I know Paul in particular looking forward to one horse running.
On Saturday, Uga Chaka. Out of Hooked on a Feeling, really good named horse, that one, so we'll see how he gets on. I want to hear something in the call.
We're out of time, I think.
We've still got time.
Oh, yeah?
Now we're out
Something
of time.
like that, Paul?
Something like
That's the
that.
show. Thanks for watching. I hope we'll see you at Happy Valley on Wednesday night. We'll be racing to win.
Good night.